Hey, what's up, folks? Hey, what's up, folks? What's going on? Are we all getting ready for UFC 214 this weekend? I cannot wait for this card, by the way. Really looking forward to it. Just looking at some DraftKings teams and so on right now. So, yeah. What's up, everybody? Come on, let's see what's going on. A little bit early that I usually do these. This damn baby of mine is keeping me up all hours of the night, so not having a hell of a lot of time. So I thought I'd get on there. She's due for a feed in another 30 minutes, so my mum's going to be doing the majority of that. So yeah, come into the live chat. Give me some questions. Give me some thoughts. What you guys are on for this weekend. Moicano 29-28, spot on. I think it's going to be 30-27. Lord Artemis Lobov. I think it's going to be pretty comprehensive. I think Moicano is legit prospect. Don't see much in DraftKings this week. I like DraftKings this week, but it's going to be super heavy on the guys, your Cyborgs, your John Jones, I think are going to be stupidly owned. So yeah. Any other questions, guys? Get them in. There's only a couple of you watching right now. But yeah, come and send some questions in. Let's get talking. I think you can fade Jones if you have. See, I'm not big. I'll be honest with you this week. I am right now, and I've been like this since probably Tuesday. I'm fading the three main event fights, the three title fights. What's going on, man? I'm fading them right now. I think Jones is a play. Cyborg's obviously a play. Thanks for subscribing. That's much appreciated, bro. But Cyborg, you're probably going to. She's just going to be stupidly owned. I think Jones is as well. If you look at the first fight, it's whether he gets to finish. And yeah, I think he has the opportunity to get a finish. I really do. I think that he looks in peak physical condition and ready to go, but just not sure about it. I think Cyborg's going to be heavily owned. Yeah. What's up, Chris? What's happening, man? Any plays for the weekend? Bets wise, I have three. I have who have I got? I think it's Tyron Woodley and Moicano. I think I've got Jimmy Manawa and John Jones. It might be a mix up there, I think. I'm not sure. Stay away from Shelton Brooks. See, I think that's a good fight. I'm a little bit. I picked Eric Shelton, but I think that Brooks could be a good play. If you watch his fights before his UFC ones here, the guy gets a shit ton of takedowns, and that's something that you've got to look out for. So if he gets tons of takedowns in DraftKings, he's going to be very, very. It's going to be a good fighter to have in your roster. So I just like Shelton. I think Shelton can stop takedowns and piece him up a little bit. So yeah. Julian, what's up, man? Thoughts on a three-leg parlay? Woodley, Cyborg, inside the distance minus 800, and DC Jones completes round two. It looks pretty solid. Do you think Woodley is going to win? And if yes, it's going to win. And if yes, then by KO. I think Woodley can win by decision. I think Woodley can win by KO. I think he can. I think that's what he should come out and do, is try and put the pressure on Maia and beat his ass up. But Maia's a tough guy, really is. Brooks was a top-rated wrestler at his weight at one point. Brooks is a very good wrestler, but he has been fighting at strawweight, 115. So Shelton's going to probably be the bigger guy here, but he's got some serious takedowns. If you go out and watch those fights before, say he hasn't fought in the UFC yet, he's throwing guys around, stupid ones. Trains with Scotland, yeah. Each Aljo. See, I love Aljamain Sterling. I'm a big fan. I have been. But I think Barao, if he can't get the takedowns, I think he's in trouble. I've actually got a bet on Ricardo Lamas as well. That's one of the other ones I have. I think that he's just going to get takedowns. He's going to win a decision. Maia looks bigger. Maia does look bigger. He really does. He looks like you can tell. And he's been fighting bigger guys, you have to remember, in the past. So we'll see. Malignaggi describes McGregor's punching power as above average. I would say so. I think he's shown that in the UFC, that he's got big power there. So we'll see if that transfers over with the 10 with the gloves there. Woodley will approach this fight like he did Wonderbread and win a boring decision. See, I think it's an opportunity where he can come out and be the aggressor in this fight. I think Wonderboy was definitely always going to be the aggressor in their fights, and it showed that way. And Woodley kind of waited for that, but I think he has to turn that around and be the aggressor in this one. So, yeah, Cowboy by TKO, that would be a big statement. Volkan predicts a first round KO on Twitter. How confident are you? Thing is with Manoa's 37, but he's still really quite young to the game, and he's coming into probably the prime of where he's going to be, or he might already be in that right now. So, if you watch the fights outside the UFC, Volkan Ozdemir does not look a good fighter. It's so different in the UFC, but that Misha Cirkunov fight was a little bit of a weird one. He went down far too easy, in my opinion. So yeah. Will DC Jones be close? I don't think it will. I don't think the first one was all that close. And I know that Jones has been away for a couple of years. I think DC's... It's hard to say he's lost something, but I don't think he's looked great, in all honesty. I think the fights have been fairly decent in his favour. But when I'm watching that, I'm thinking, can you beat John Jones? And I don't think he can, from what I'm seeing. So, yeah. We'll see. Jones looks ready to go. Jones looks like he looks lean. He looks strong. And he looks ready to go. He looks like he's ready to get that title back that should never ever been taken. Well, it should have been taken away from, but he never ever lost it, is what I'm trying to say. So the guy's the greatest all time. So there's a part that wants Conor to win. There's a part of me that wants Conor to win because it would blow up big time. But won't be able to stand Conor's new cockiness. The thing is with Conor, I mean, I've been following the guy. I've been going to his fights before he was in the UFC. It's all shtick. He's actually a really nice guy. His family are really, really nice. But yeah, I can see what you mean by the whole cockiness. Some people get turned away by that kind of stuff. It's sometimes a little bit too much, and it can be sometimes. I've looked at it and been like, I've not been the biggest fan of it. It kind of makes me cringe a little. But yeah, we'll see. It'd be interesting if he went in there and shot the world. It would be crazy. Anyone know what Manoa's record fighting outside the UK is? Just curious. Well, he lost to Rumble in Vegas. I know that. Don't really remember much else if he ever did fight outside the UK. So that's actually a fairly decent point there, thinking about it. Will Jones and DC shake hands after the fight? No. Cyborg worth betting at minus 1100? No. Definitely not. Jason, Mississippi Mean is going to win. I think he's too accepting of takedowns. That's what I see. And I think that, I mean, Lamas has been there with good guys. He only loses to good guys. And we've seen, like, with Yair and Frankie, Cub, Doho Choi, I mean, these young guys are taking that step up and losing. So this is where I'm kind of seeing that little bit of it's a good fight. It's a really great fight. Casual fans, Conor's casual fans. There is quite a few of them that can put you off. Do you see yourself adding Cyborg to your DK lineups? No. Like I said at the start of this, if you weren't there, because Kashi Ball Z, that I think I'm fading the top 3 fights. I think I've got a lineup where I really, really, actually really like the fighters I have outside the main event. So, and I think all 6 could win as well. So, is Barao your most confident underdog pick? I actually think Ricardo Lamas is. Barao's not too far behind. Who should I add to my parlay, Mano or Moicano? I think Moicano. Moicano is one of my big confident picks this week. I think he's just going to outclass Brian Ortega, but could be made to look a fool. Down south in London, what's happening, man? London, I don't know how you can stay down in London. Every time I go down there, I always struggle. Too many people for my, like, I know I stay just outside Edinburgh, but man, London's a busy, busy place. Who's your favourite fighter in the UFC? It's all time, it's Diego Sanchez. Right now, I'm a big Anthony Pettis fan, I always have been. John Jones, Conor McGregor. There's so many fighters that I really, really like. So, but Showtime Pettis is one of the guys I really look up to and kind of admire. Have done for a long time. What do you think the chances are for Lawler to win against Donald? I think he's going to stop Robbie Lawler, Donald Cerrone. I think he's going to attack the body and put him down. Oliveira was def owning. Yeah, he was. He nearly got choked out, got saved by the bell. Like I keep hearing quite a lot, and I saw. But he still came out and won that fight, and he submitted a guy who's superior, I think, on the ground to him. So it shows he's got a lot of heart. He's got a lot of give. He's got a lot of game as well. All around, he's got a solid game. Striking's decent. His wrestling's good. I think he'll get takedowns. He just has to stay out of the guard of Jason Knight, because he's got a nasty motherfucking guard. If you get caught in that, you're in trouble. So yeah, Jason looked huge. He did. He looked like a big kid. He did. He looked very big to Ricardo Lamas, but we'll see. Ricardo Lamas, and that's one of my most favourite fights of the night is Jason Knight and Ricardo Lamas. I think it's a very close fight. It's that old guard against the new guard. Is the new guard going to push through here? If he wins this fight, he puts himself in the top 5. So big fight. Do you like man's responsible for your gains and losses? Everybody, it's your own money at the end of the day. So if you shouldn't listen to me. I'm just a guy that puts out my opinion. It's worked sometimes, it's not worked other times. But always, if you're betting with your own money or on DraftKings, go with your own gut feeling. Never listen to me. I just put my picks out. All you guys have picks. I just put mine on YouTube for people to see. So I catch a lot of shit for that, and I have done for the many years I've did this, but I love doing it. I love speaking to you guys because I know you're fellow fight fans and you just want to speak about fights. So, but out plus money, got to do it. I can't bet the fight, but I'm definitely picking him. Lamas' takedown defense isn't great. Yeah, it's not that great either. But I don't think that Knight's going to want to take the fight down there. So yeah. Will DC Jones go 3 rounds? Yeah, I think it will. I think it will finish in rounds 4 or 5. Knight can get takedowns too. Yeah, I totally agree, but I think that Knight's more accepting of the takedowns than what Lamas is. And he is. Lamas has faced better wrestlers than what Knight has. I mean, Chad Mendes and so on. So, yeah. Volkanov's Demir. That would be a big statement. Imagine going to the UFC, knocking out... going to decision with OSP, knocking out Sarkinov, knocking out Manoa, be right there ready for a title shot with Gustafsson. I think Gustafsson is next no matter what. Does McGregor stop Diaz at 155? I think so, but I think that Diaz in a third fight, I think it'd be close. I really do. Let's say Knight improves their contender level skill-wise. Who you got? Holloway. Holloway is one of those guys that is, from that loss to McGregor, has come through like he's really pushed himself onto 2 or 3 levels above anybody else in that division outside Jose Aldo. I think he's going to school Frankie Edgar. That's actually a stupid thing to say. I think he's going to put I think he could beat down on Frankie Edgar. If I'm being honest with you, that's an interesting fight if that gets put together. Jones to win by decision is your pick. Not a bad pick. I don't see Knight in the ground for a significant time. Could be wrong. No, he could be. Chris Avila's fighting tonight. I saw that. Did both those guys miss weight in the main event of Combat? I remember seeing that. What time is that on it? Because I might be up in the middle of the night with a little one, so I might actually watch that. Chris Avila. I forgot who his opponent was, but I remember seeing they missed weight. So have you seen the beef between Bisping and Romero, and what do you think about it? Am I the only one who would wish to see that fight becoming a reality? I want to see the fight because I want Yoel to absolutely beat the piss out of Bisping. I really do. Will you stack any fights on DK? No. If anything, I'd probably go Lamas Knight. I think because there could be reversals on the ground, so on. So, Craner, Yoel, I've got to thank you. You made me a lot of money from your picks. I appreciate that, man. See, when I hear that, that is awesome for me to see that. That I've made people money. It's really, really good. Probably made more money than what I have and through some of these, but I get that quite a lot. People send me messages saying you've made them money and some big money as well. It's crazy money, but it's always nice to hear that. Rockhold versus Weidman and Romero v Bisping should be the fights to put together. Rockhold, I think he'll get past Branch. So yeah, UFC bro picks in the house. Justin, what's going on, man? Team Night all day. Nah, Team Lamas, motherfucker. But it's a close fight. I'm looking forward to that one. Albu hottest girl in the UFC. She's nice. I don't think I met Paige Van Zandt and I was like, holy shit. And Michelle Watterson as well. Hamster Cat Lion, what's happening, man? 8 hours. So when's that? 8 AM. I might actually watch that if I'm up. Justin the Carper Goat. Anybody, if you're going to 214 this week, Justin's giving out free hand jobs, just saying. So go and get a free hand job from the Cali boy there. You just look for the snapback and the preened eyebrows. He'll be in section 201 in the toilets, giving out free hand jobs. So yeah, go get him. Manama got brutally dominated the only times. Yeah, it has been. He's only lost to top guys, so. Look, lost. I think he was giving Gustafsson to. It's just a monster. Chris Weidman, or do you think he'll change fighter? It's hard to tell because, I mean, Gastelum, I think, I like guys that fight at bigger weights and don't kill themselves. And the introduction of this, of the new weight classes coming maybe forward, 165, 195, 225, it's a good thing in my opinion. So, yeah, are you looking at Albu via twerk decision? Do you see that video of her twerking? God damn. Gustafsson Jones would be crazy. I want to see that as well. What's the biggest parlay I've won? I think it was about 2,000, just under £2,000, and it was actually every fight on the card. I think it was UFC 130. I think it was Dos Santos, Junior Dos Santos, Shane Carwin. I picked every fight right, and I put it was like change. I put change in it, and it cashed huge. I remember that, but it was a long ass time ago. Best middleweight, Rockhold, Whitaker. Whitaker's the best. Whitaker's the man. Charging $5. What differences do you think we will see in Nate Diaz at 155? Nate Diaz needs to fight. I don't like him sitting out, not being active. He's got that fight regardless. They've got a trilogy fight there, so he should be in there and beating guys like Eddie Alvarez and having wars with Justin Gaethje. I think fights like that would be great. So the differences, I just think Conor, that is his natural weight, and he is a beast down in there. But Conor needs to go back and fight in the UFC regardless. So smartest bet in the card, well, probably picking Cyborg inside the distance, but the odds on that is shocking. I would maybe go, if you're looking for a little bet, that I might look at is Cyborg in round 2 and see what are the odds on that. If go and have a look, guys, and see what the odds are on Cyborg in round 2. Like my jersey, I'm not really a basketball fan, but I've got a fair collection of basketball shirts. Every time I go to America, I seem to pick up one. So MVP, no. MVP's fighting cans. He needs to fight good fighters first. Should be hitting a ball. Nah, that's not for me, man. I don't do that shit. I'm kind of teetotal. Bit boring. I'm a bit quiet. I'm a quiet guy. Do you think Moicano's a solid bet against Ortega? I do. I think he's a great bet. Yolin and Motime Phenom. I don't know what it is. I either pick his fights really badly or I pick them really well. I picked it really badly last time I spoke to him in Glasgow a few weeks ago. Great guy. They really need to push him, and because he's got star potential. He's got a mouth that you can't stop. He speaks the truth, and he's brilliant. Jones by submission. Hey Kobe, what's up, man? If anybody's on here and you're not subscribed to Kobe on YouTube, go and subscribe. He's got so much good content, and he has done for the longest time. Go and subscribe to Kobe. Great guy. Odds were like 250 on the last night. Was that for the second round? Cyborg second round? Do you actually think Conor will come back to the UFC? I think Conor will come back one more time. I think we'll see him this year at MSG or in Vegas for the last card of 2017, and then I think that might be the last we see him. Who should I add to my parlay? Albu, Fili, and Manoa. Fili's big. Albu's like plus minus 170 favourite, and Manoa's around about 170 as well. It's either between Manoa or Albu. If you're looking for one that might win fairly convincingly, probably Fili. No, I can't see Conor beating Floyd either. I hope he does, but I doubt it. Most confident pick, Lamos or Moicano. I'm big on Moicano, but it's hard because Jason Knight is such a good fighter and he seems such a nice guy as well. I just think, as I said before, the Yair Rodriguez, Frankie Edgar, Doho Choi, Cub Swanson, it's that new fighters coming through facing the old guard, and it's hard to push through into that upper echelon of the divisions. Jason Knight could be the dude to do that. He's got the game to do it. I just think that Lamas is a little bit too experienced right now, but I could be completely wrong. I felt I'd go with the experience a little bit more. Cyborg second round. No, see, like Evanger is. I know she blasts everybody, and I've watched a couple of Cyborg fights live, and she's against gals she shouldn't be in there with. Evanger's got confidence. She's on a win streak. She's having to cut very little weight. I think if she can get a hold of Cyborg, she could easily get into the second round. It's just missing those big shots and then going from there. So I would go for a second round. I think everybody else is going to go for first round, so that's why I went for second. Well, who are you doing your podcast with? He's a good friend of mine who's been doing stuff for the past few years. You may not know too much about him, but you will. I hope all you guys that when this podcast gets put together, I think it's going to get put together fairly quick. We're going to have fighter interview guys, so I'm going to ask you guys if you've got questions that I want to, I can ask on your behalf. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's something I've wanted to do. I never really got around to knowing how to do stuff like that, and the person I'm going to be doing it with is a lot better at it than I am. So yeah, keep an eye on it. It's probably you're going to hear some noise very, very soon about my new podcast with a good friend of mine. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to interviewing fighters, and just we're going to be doing different things with it. DraftKings will probably be in there at some point as well. But come and support us once we get this out, and we'll get it done. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's something. Anytime I can talk fights, I'm going to be there. So just keep an eye on my social media, on Twitter, on here, I'll let you know as soon as something goes down. But I'm still going to be doing my videos. William Wallace. William Wallace is the man. Scottish legend. Do you buy pay-per-view? Well, we don't. I just pay for BT Sport every month, and it's like £26 a month. So it's not too bad considering America they pay like, was it $70 for a pay-per-view? So Pete Carroll, Pizza. It's not Pizza. Pizza's working. He's working for the big leagues now at MMA fighting there. So it won't be Pizza. He's on there with Talking Brawls. You should go and support those guys. Him and Niall. Niall is one of the coolest guys I've met. Really cool dude. Over there at Talking Brawls and Severe MMA. Just go and support Severe MMA. They've did unbelievable work for many years now, and all really, really sound guys who've helped me a hell of a lot as well. So go support them. No fighter interviews. If we're going to be doing them, it's only going to be like once a month with certain UFC fighters, up and coming fighters that we want you to get to know. One of the things I think what we definitely should try and do is push the up and coming fighters that you guys don't know about, like Jack Shore, who fights out of Wales, is a guy that a lot of people need to know because he's going to come into the UFC and be a really fun fighter. So it'll not be all the time. It'll probably be once a month. We'll do a nice interview, or on special occasions, Ron. So just we can't just to change up a little bit. When you get an opportunity to a really good fighter, an up and coming fight, you have to take it, because if these guys, could you imagine if we enter the UFC and we could still maybe get the opportunity to do that now? It'd be incredible. So Snoopcast is the shit. Snoopcast is the shit. Dana White's Contender Show is what they should get rid of. The Ultimate Fighter and they should use the Contender Show, in my opinion. So we need that. Like, we're very lucky over here in the UK. We don't pay for the pay-per-views at all. We pay £26 a month, which is probably very little in America, and we get every UFC event except for the ones on Fight Pass, which you can get yourself. Kill the Mexicans. My goodness. What do you think of my DK lineups? GPP, Moicano, Cyborg, Barao, Maya, Manawa, Lamas, Cash, Jones, Lamas, Lola, Manawa, Maya, and Moicano. Decent. What percentage of my lineups do not include main event? I have 15 lineups, I think, at the minute. Let me see. 15 lineups, and I think I have DraftKings. Let me see. I actually have 18 lineups, and let's check lineups. I don't have any main event fighters. I have four lineups with main event fighters in those 3 fights, so not that many. Minutes. I had it for Joe, but I think in the first round it was close. Another 30 to 45 seconds. She probably could have got her out of there. But yeah, tough. That was a tough one. It was funny because Jojo's mum was like not that far to the right of me. And it's really hard seeing fighters. Really hard seeing like fighters' families and stuff. I had Stevie Ray's wife there during that fight, and when he got knocked out, she was in bits, and it was brutal to see. So yeah. Why is Moicano only 155? Because Ortega's won fights. He's won everything in the UFC. He's won all his fights. So, and he's finished majority of them as well. So, all right, Devil Eggs, you're getting blocked. No time for that shit. We're here to talk fights and anything fight related. So, none of that bullshit. How do Vegas odds work? Well, it's just I go more on the American odds than I do in the UK ones now. I find it just easier. Um, yeah, it's just if you go on, I think it's Ace Odds. They've got a converter, and then you can just I just go on American odds now. It's just easier for me. Ortega's good. Ortega's good. He's okay, but I think he could show a lot more. He's got that unbelievable guard of his and jiu-jitsu off his back, but he was losing that fight, I think, to Clay Guida. It was going to be very close. Um, Interesting fight. I mean, I just think Moicano is so technically sound that it's big fight for him. So, how's the baby doing? The baby is doing fantastic. She is 5 weeks old. Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, she's 5 weeks old tomorrow. Doing fantastic. She was in hospital for the first. She was home for a few days. Then we had to take her back into hospital for a week. She wasn't. She wasn't feeding too great, but she's doing great now. So thanks for asking. She's coming on leaps and bounds. She's getting big already. And well, thank you very much. Do you see Osdemore as more of a lead fighter or a counter striker? I think he's more of a counter striker. Yeah, I think the fights outside the UFC, he's more of a lead fighter because I think the opposition he was facing, he could do that. I don't think he can do that in the UFC. So chat shit, get banned. Yeah, Dave's telling you more better what's going on with the US odds better than I could. Minus is obviously for the favourite, plus is for your underdogs and so on. Dave knows what's going on there. He probably Dave, whereabouts are you from? You probably a guy from America, so you could help them out a lot more than I could. When you bet on fights, are you doing it for some fun action or trying to supplement income? No, I never do that. I've never been. I'm very lucky that I have money, quite a bit of money, to where I can bet big if I want to. But I do it for fun. I don't do it like there's a lot of guys, good carpers out there. I'm not one of those guys. I don't claim to be a good MMA guy for betting, but I have did very well with it in the past. But I do it for fun. But obviously, you don't want to lose money, especially when I go up. What's your usual dollar per units? My units can be £100 a unit, but I've kind of scaled back because I've been shit in the bed big time. So I'll probably be going 20 to maybe £20, maybe up to £30 a unit for this card. So yeah, can Evan jug over 1.5? I think she probably could. Yeah, Canada. Yeah, it works pretty similar over there. Breakdowns on the tits. I appreciate that, man. I really do. It's just I love talking fights, and I love doing. I really hope to do more of these in the future because, see, there's a lot of you guys that I've seen comment on my videos, and it's great to kind of speak here, answer your questions, and so on and so on. So this is more of the stuff that I'll be doing in the future. Hopefully, do more of these. So, Matty G, what's up, man? Woodley, Cyborg, Inside the Distance, and DC Jones, 2 full rounds. I need one more fighter. I would go Barrow. If you're looking for fighter, geez, maybe a Robbie Lawler. But if you're looking for another bet, maybe over 2.5 and Sterling Barrow to add to that. Like my YouTubers better. I'm not better than other YouTube predictors. I've been around for a long ass time. Yeah, I've been around for a long time. There's a lot of new guys coming through, and it's getting the confidence to come on here and say that and take the shit that you get thrown towards you. But yeah, there's a lot of good guys out there are doing that. I've got so much time for everybody that does it because you're not gaining anything out of it. Good guys like yourself. I hope I do all right with it. I think I do okay with it. I really enjoy doing it. It's something I wanted to do years and years and years ago. Never got around to doing it. Now I think my channel's growing. I'm getting more people like yourself. That's you guys are just awesome to speak to. But I think you should go into. I know if I'm your favourite guy for predictions, that's good. But go support your guys. Like Kelton's a guy I've got a lot of time for. I think one of the best guys that does it is Half the Battle. Dan Levy is one of my close friends. The guy knows he's one of the best bettors out there. And the guy knows what he's talking about. There's a lot of good guys. UFC Pro Picks are fairly new at the game. And just all really, really good at what they do. So just go and show your support, because it's not an easy thing in this. You take a lot of shit. I'm quite lucky. I think I'm quite a likable guy. So I'm a really down-to-earth, quiet guy. If you meet me in real life, I'm not kind of pompous. I'm not in your face. I'm just a fight fan who loves talking about fights. And yeah. Well, you must mention people in UK buy BT Sports for Premier League football, so it's not like we're paying. That's true. See, I used to be a big soccer fan, a football fan, and I still am. I'm a Liverpool fan. Have been for years. My grandpa was a Scouser, so but I've really went off watching football. I don't know what it is. I'm more into NFL. Not really much. I like golf. I played golf a lot when I was younger, so I still watch quite a bit of golf. But 26, it's 26. I could be wrong. I never look at my bills, which is bad. And like 26 in that region, I think it's a steal compared to what you guys in America have to pay month in, month out for good pay-per-views like this one, and ones that are not so good that we've had in the past. So ever since the baby has been here, I have been doing a lot worse with my picks, and I think that's to be expected. I mean, I know that I have not been able to put in as much time watching tape. I do watch a lot of tape. I know in the last 6 to 8 weeks I haven't been able to watch as much, and that's natural. Family's first. This is just a passion of mine and a love of mine here. So yeah, it's hard. That's what I'm saying. I hope people don't hold that against me, like for having bad picks, because this is just my opinions. I'm putting them out there. I'm still having a really good year. To be honest with my picks, I'm still doing really well in UFC, fantasy. I'm doing well with like other competitions that I'm in. It's just the baby comes first. After I lost my little boy 2 years ago or 3 years ago, you realise what's important in life, and this is important to me in a way, but it's not nothing compared to what family is. You only have family's everything. So yeah. That's why my picks have been going down, and I've put that out there for you to. I'm not going to shy behind my picks. If I'm doing bad, I'm going to tell you about it. If I'm doing great, I'm probably going to tell you about it. So yeah. Bet on my Cano and my advice. Well, let's hope it cashes, because I'm on him as well. So if you win, I'm winning as well. Give you a pass for UFC Glasgow. I'm patriotic. I did think there was opportunities for all the fighters to win. I really didn't. Honestly, I spoke to Danny Henry. I didn't think he was going to win. I thought he had a chance, but I thought that Tamer was just a little bit too good. And I thought at least some of the other ones would win, and it didn't happen that way. But what was really more disappointed with the UFC Glasgow was just that we went 1-3. That means that the UFC probably aren't going to come back, which might stunt the growth of the sport in the country. And I really want more fighters to come out of Scotland and get into the UFC and get into bigger organisations to bring more events here, so I can go watch them. Not that I mind travelling to different parts of the UK or the world to watch fights, but it's nice having one 45 minutes from your front door. So yeah. Top 2 underdog DraftKings picks. Shit. I think Barrow's a good one for down in there. And then if we're looking at one, I think that the Albu and Curran fight, even though Curran's not great, this could be a scrappy fight, and she might get a lot of points with maybe takedowns, or it's a hard one. It's hard to trust underdogs this week. If you play DraftKings, go and watch the Rotor Grinders MMA Insiders. I think it is with Brett Apley and Big Kyle, Big Marley. These guys help me out like so much in DraftKings. But at the end of the day, you've got to make your own decision. Don't listen to other people. Brett and Kyle and Sun Tzu, they're all great at what they do. They make shit tons of money. But you've got to go with your own gut feeling. That's what I've learned. Just don't go be gospel and go with their picks. So investing money in Moicano's great pick. I agree. I must get so much hate. I don't, you know what? I get hate. But you know what? I think people realise I'm actually a pretty straightforward dude. I'm not a bad dude. If you meet me, honestly, I'm so quiet. But if you talk about fights with me, I will be there literally all night speaking. I will like speak fights with you all night. But you've got to remember, they're just haters because I think that if you're coming in here and bashing people for putting out their opinions, come and do it yourself. It's not as easy as you think. You have to put in the work. If you don't put in the work, it shows. Like it showed with me, my picks have tailed off a little bit. And that's my little girl gets bigger. I think I'll have more time to watch fights, and so on and so on. And hopefully I'll get back to what I was before. But I've definitely tailed off in some aspects, but I'm still trying really hard to finish out the year in the top 50 on UFC Pick'em. I'm in like 90th at the minute, so it's still not bad. UFC screwed up by releasing Bader. Yeah, the UFC kind of know what to do by letting people go. I think they were silly to let Mustasi go, personally. I can't stand Robin Black. I've kind of went off Robin a little bit. But he does know his shit as well. I just think he's a little bit too much sometimes for me, but he seems a nice dude. I know some friends that have interviewed him have said he's a nice guy, so Brandon, what was that again? What was here? Check me out live from 309. I will try and find you, man. We'll get a game this weekend. I would bet on Buckman and Maya. I wouldn't bet on Buckman, but he shouldn't be that big of an underdog against Drew Dober, in my opinion. I didn't think NFL was popular on your side of the pond. It's getting bigger every season. I mean, I stayed in America for 4 years, so I was in Arizona, and that's how I became a Cardinals fan. For about 10 years, 11 years now, I've been a Cardinals fan. But it's getting bigger, and the NFL are coming here more often. Hopefully they're going to come to Scotland in the next year or two in Edinburgh. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Minus 185 in Manama, thinking about pulling the trigger on that. I think it's a solid play. I think he should be a little bit higher, in all honesty. What do you think about Brian Ortega, undefeated and an underdog? I think it's rightly so. I think I'm really high on Moicano. If you, a lot of the guys that have breakdowns or any significant content that's out there, and watch, you see this guy has he's very well rounded in every aspect of the game. So I think that's where us kind of predictors are looking. You see things like with him and Ortega, in my opinion, doesn't pull the trigger enough. I think he can be very dangerous in all aspects, but he doesn't do it. Moicano is just very solid in every aspect, and we haven't even seen that much of him in the UFC yet. So yeah. Well, you have great picks. I'm trying. Baby is priority, not picks. No, that's true. I've won plenty of money off your dog picks, definitely. That's a lot of people seem to do that. They've won up. That's something that I've learned. I'm a parlay guy. I'm definitely like a parlay guy for sure. But I've sat back and watched a lot of people. Dan Levy's one of the guys who hits a lot of good underdogs. And when you watch the tape, if you think in a close matchup, you have to go with the dog. Like Damir Hadzovic, I knew it was going to be tough because Held is tough at taking guys down and holding them there. But yeah, he came out there and he kind of shocked everybody there. So underdogs is the way you should be looking. Oh man, thank you, man. I appreciate that. The family's doing great. Manawa, Volkan, do you think round 3? Well, I think it'll be a first round knockout for Manawa personally. So no. What are your thoughts on Joe Rogan's commentary? From what I'm hearing through some people on the inside, Joe Rogan is going to be leaving the UFC very, very soon. Like really soon. Potentially at the end of this summer. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think the new guys that have come in, Dominic Cruz and Brian Stan, have been fantastic. But Joe Rogan's a legit legend of the UFC, commentating wise. He's been around for so long. Sometimes he's a little bit much and he's a little bit biased with some fighters, but we all get biased with fighters. So Brendan Schaub, don't get me started on that guy. Ortega wins too many fights, he's losing. That's true, but that's a skill in itself, coming through and winning fights. It really is. It's crazy that if you can do that, you're never out the fight. You always believe in yourself that you're going to stop fights, you're going to win fights. That's a big aspect to your game to have. Something nice to have in there as well. Dober is way better than Buckman. I think he is, but he should never be. The betting odds are way off in that fight. Should never be that high. If you have to pick 2 or 3 fighters to be on your perfect DraftKings card, what would it be? See, I don't like saying too much, but some of the guys I'm working my way around is Ricardo Lamas. Actually, Jared Brooks is one of the guys I'm looking at, and Robbie Lawler's another guy. So, do you agree with Schaub that DC will win rounds? No, don't listen to anything Brendan Schaub says. Do you ever get fed up with the way mainstream media treats MMA in Britain and Ireland, acting like it's dogfighting? I've been a fan of the sport for the longest time, and it's getting better, but it's taken a long ass time for just like the public to get their head around cage fighting. But it's getting better without a doubt. It's going to get there. It's just going to take a long time. The mainstream, I don't think it'll ever be truly mainstream over here in the UK. And a few years ago, I thought that was definitely going to be the case. If McGregor goes over to boxing and beats Mayweather, that may help in some capacity. So, have you heard Schaub's analysis on Connor's chances versus Floyd? I have. I don't listen to Brendan Schaub too much. I think he's did all right for himself since coming out of the UFC. Fair play to the guy, but I don't listen to his analysis all that much. Don't listen to too much that he says. He has the takedown all day on Ortega. Yeah, he does. I've never watched Cyborg before. Is she overrated? No. You've never watched Cyborg before, are you? Sammy, go on YouTube and find fights. Just watch her. She's a destruction. She's like a human wrecking ball. She destructs people. She goes through people with ease. But she doesn't face the best of fighters, but she beats who's put in front of her and dismantles them. Big power. Does the gas tank of Woodley concern you in a 5-round fight? No. Because he's been in the trenches. He's been 5 rounds. His last 2 fights have been 5 rounds. So he's got that gas tank. I'm not sure Maya could go 5 rounds if he's not on the back or he's not on the floor. So hope he comes in with the right game plan. I agree, Trevor. Favourite flavour, crisps. Ooh. I like Worcester sauce. I quite like Worcester sauce crisps. And I'm a big salt and vinegar as well, but Worcester sauce is probably my favourite. Whose analysis do you rate highly? Who do I listen to? You probably know all the guys that I listen to. Your Half the Battles, Rockstar Z when he was around is a guy I like listening to. See all the young guns coming through. That people are starting to get better at it. But if I'm looking at the pros up there, I think Dan Hardy, his analysis is so good. Speak to that guy every MMA event I go to, UFC event over here in Europe, and he's got one of the best. His analysis is second to none. He's one of the best guys out there for breaking down fights. Thought he did a great job with the Mayweather McGregor one that we had over here in the UK. I thought he did a great job with that as well. Roto Grinders Premium. Yeah. If you guys play DraftKings and you've got a spare $5 or whatever it is kicking around, go over to Roto Grinders and jump in the MMA marketplace. They'll help you out. They'll give you what you think some of the projections will be to maybe pivot away from the high guys. So, Wayne Gilchie, is he a new guy? I don't think I've ever seen that name before. See, to be honest with you, I've kind of not looked so much at other YouTube guys on here. So I'll maybe go and check out this Wayne Gilchie. Give him a watch, because I do like watching other guys' videos and see what their thoughts on the card are. Chase Sherman, yeah, everybody was on Chase Sherman last week. I wasn't on him so much. Z's MMA, yeah, Rockstar Z. He is one of the guys. He's away. I just think he's enjoying his summer over there in Canada, and he's took a step back. Hopefully, he'll be back on YouTube and social media a little bit more. But he's just enjoying life at the minute. So hopefully, Z's will be back. He's small time, but a martial artist with realist picks. I'll go check him out, Ninja. I'll definitely go and check him out. Hurricane Shane Burgos will run through the featherweight division. I think he'll beat a lot of fighters in there. I think he's got a lot of games to a lot of holes to kind of shoot up a little bit. There is better fighters. If you're looking at prospects in that division, I put Moicano on a far greater scale to Shane Burgos. I think his overall game is a lot better. But I mean, he's come into the UFC. I think it's 3 or 4 fights, won them all, moved up a notch with the opponents that he's faced, and keeps going that way. He's going to be a really fun fight in that division. What do you think of Fury's fight picks? I've got nothing against Luca Fury, in all honesty. I know there's a lot of stories out about the guy, but he's always been great to me. I don't really watch his stuff all too much. Back in the day I used to, but I don't have that much time to watch so much nowadays. But a lot of people give him shit, but he's always been great to me, so I'm not going to badmouth him in the slightest. There is a lot of stories out about him, but say I'm not going to say anything bad about him, because he's said nothing bad about me, and he's always been really, really nice to me on social media, so I'm not going to say anything bad against the guy. Who would you pick, anyone to 55 to beat Khabib? I think Tony Ferguson has a chance. I think that maybe Justin Gaethje has a chance. If he could, I think he's got the chance to stop takedowns. I think Conor can beat him. So yeah, there is guys in there that can beat him. But Khabib's a beast. He's going to come back. It's going to be hard for him coming back after falling out of that last fight, though. It's going to be really, really tough for him. He's going to take a lot of shit during fight week. I know he took a lot of shit for pulling out that fight. So yeah. Grab the fence in round one. Yeah, he did grab the fence in round one. I saw that. Do you think Sterling lands takedowns? Henan Barrow's probably got the best takedown defense in the UFC. I don't see him taking him down the slightest. Not unless Barrow's really not worked on that aspect of his game, then he will get taken down. But I don't see him taking Barrow down. I think I can just see him pot shotting with leg kicks and just like he's not great with his hands as Sterling. He's getting better, but he's going to stay at range and use kicks. I just don't see him taking Barrow down. Any fighter guaranteed over 100 DraftKings points other than Cyborg, in your opinion? Ooh. Depends what John Jones comes out. If John Jones comes out and just dominates, I can see him getting over 100. I think Jared Brooks has got the potential for a 100-point gain. So yeah, the other guys I'm kind of looking at the minute. My main interest is WMMA. I'm a fan of it, but yeah, I watch quite a bit. I watch Invicta. I watch women's fights fairly easy. Gilchi picked Bullet to beat Holm. I think I picked Shevchenko as what I did to beat Holly Holm. Holm to beat Ronda. I definitely didn't do that one. I was thinking about it. And Nunes to beat Ronda, yeah. I think my favourite WMMA pick was Miesha Tate over Holly Holm. If you go back and watch that card, wherever, I think it was 196, I pretty much nailed that pick. I said a 5th round submission, and the fight kind of worked out towards that. So it's one of my better picks I've had on here. Did they make Ferg Khabib official yet? Not that I've heard. So depressed when Khabib pulled out. Yeah, I was the same, Dave. It was a tough fight. It was a fight everybody was waiting to see. Just two guys, big streaks. Yeah. Evan has high level grappling. He does good, underrated grappling. Thing is, Sterling doesn't hit hard. I think if you've got good grappling and you hit hard and good fundamental striking, you can beat Barrow like we've shown in the past. TJ Dillashaw. Yeah, Tony. It's a shame that Tony's been sat on the sidelines for so long. I actually thought he would take a fight, but we'll see. Can you explain the 100 points DraftKings thing? Well, if you've not played DraftKings, the whole thing's based on points. So you pick your fighters, your $50,000 to fit guys in, and you can gain points to do significant strikes with takedowns, with reversals. And then if you finish in the first round, you get 90 points. Then it goes down. I think you get 30 points for decision. But if you get takedowns, it's 5 points. If you get reversals, it's like 3 points. If you get a knockdown, it's 10 points. So all that accumulates. Now with the 6 fighters, I look more to find your six fighters that win. And if they get finishes, then you're going to be in the big money. So, but see, since the start of the year, a great start to the year. Since then, I've not been great with DraftKings either. I think this baby took my mind off a lot of things. But I've not been doing bad in DraftKings. There's times when I've been winning, not too much, but there's times when I've been losing just a little bits as well. So yeah. Cyborg by KO, TKO, DQ, minus 600. Cyborg inside the distance, minus 800. Well, I don't think she's going to win by submission, so KO, TKO, or DQ is probably the better one to go with. Most don't bother with WMMA. That's true. Some people just got different things, and some people just haven't got the eye for watching it. I don't mind it. I like fights. I just like fights, period. So, I mean, I really enjoyed the Leslie Smith fight in Glasgow. She brought that, and it was a really fun fight. The crowd was really up for it as well. So, what do you think of John Jones, Brock Lesnar? I think it's possible. We'll see. We will see. Who do you think wins the Super Bowl this year? Cardinals had a chance, but I thought they had a chance last year and they didn't play great. This is what Carson Palmer's probably his last chance, so he needs to come out and have a big year. I think the Patriots it's just the Patriots. I'm not going to get into that. It's this year, even last year they played well, and this year I think they've went and added. Their offense is going to be stupid crazy this year. So, and Tom Brady is just one of the best, hands down. The thing I don't like about the Patriots, I've seen so many like people just jump on. It's kind of like the Conor McGregor thing. People when people or teams are doing well, they'll jump on the bandwagon, and that's I don't like that. I know a lot of people in the last 2, 3, 4 years that have jumped on the Patriots, the Seattle Seahawks as well, where they supported other teams, and then they'll jump on to people that win Super Bowl. And you'll see them walking around with jerseys and stuff. Pick a team, stick with it through good or bad, no matter what. Josh Buckman's path to victory, I think, is takedowns and lane prey, in my opinion. Big Marley mentioned him, yeah, because he's 7,000. There's an opportunity that he could go 3 rounds and he could get takedowns, so I can see why Big Marley said that, but it's hard to pick him. How confident am I in Lamas? Probably about 70-30. Yeah. The Raiders are going to take it. It'd be pretty cool for the Raiders to win before they go to Vegas in a few years' time. I think DC has a better chance of beating Brock than Jones. No, that's probably true, actually. Yeah, I never really thought of that matchup. Like Conor, but he's casual fans. That's true. Some of his fans are a bit of a pain in the ass, but I mean, the guy's brought a nation. Like, he literally brought Ireland to Las Vegas 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whenever it was, and it was one of the most unbelievable sights I've ever seen. The amount of Irish people in Las Vegas that year was crazy. Do you think Cyborg Evander can last a full round? I do, personally. I think he'll go into second. DC by late round TKO, only way he can finish. Only can win. I think we'll see a better DC. I just don't think it's going to be good enough for John Jones. I think he's just the best. So, who are you betting on? Let me check again. I've got 2 parlays, and I have Ricardo Lamas. I know I have Ricardo Lamas as my underdog pick this week. Let's see. Joseph McLaughlin. I'm in Vegas. Joseph, you lucky motherfucker. I love Vegas. It's a first few times you go, it's a little weird, and there's some weird people you need to avoid in the casinos and so on, and on the strip as well. But the more you go there, the more you see where you know where you're going, and it's a pretty cool place. Let's see, right? I've got Ricardo Lamas, I have Manawa and Woodley in a parlay, and I have Carnero, I have Moicano and John Jones as well. That's the 3 bets. I'll probably have maybe one more. Does Lamas have a black belt? I've no idea. But he is fairly good. He's got a good squeeze on him as well. So any locks are good picks for DraftKings. I think I'm very heavy on Ricardo Lamas, but personally, him and Knight are the same price. So if you are more on Knight, I think that's a fairly decent pick as well. And Knight can get taken out. So, you live in Vegas, Joseph? I've got a few friends that live over there and tell me it's not the nicest place to actually stay. So, not as special for you guys. Joseph, how many times do you go to the strip quite a lot, or do you stay away from it? That's something I've always wanted to ask a lot of the people that stay in Vegas is, do they go to the strip quite a lot, or do they stay away? Because I can see why they stay away as well. Is Mikey Garcia fighting Broner this weekend? Because I thought that was next weekend. I don't think you could actually be right. They could be fighting this weekend. Wife was a deal at one of the casinos. Yeah. Garcia Brona. It's this weekend. Oh shit. Well, maybe I actually have to try and record that. I'm sure it'll be on somewhere. Cyborg Avenger minus 425 does not complete 2 rounds, or minus 700 does not complete 3 rounds. Ooh, risky. Don't know. The fuck is that? Oh, guys, look what I've seen. It's actually podcast news, so you'll hear about it soon. So keep an eye out. Have you seen a Japanese kid called Tenshin Nasukawa? Yeah, I have. Really talented prospect. Really fun fighter to watch as well. It's weird because I love watching. I used to watch a lot of the Pride back in the days, but the older you get, the harder it gets. I mean, it's like really early in the morning over here. Well, I shouldn't really say that considering UFC finishes like 6 a.m. over here, but I think that's like 8 a.m. in the morning. So sometimes there's no way of staying up for that, especially now with having a kid. So do I ever use Bovada? No, I don't use any of the American sites. I don't think we can do that over here in the UK. Well, even in Europe, I don't think we can use them. So Horiguchi's Tenshin's final test before the UFC could happen. Yeah. Over here in the UK, I use a lot of the bookies over here. I compare odds. So if I can go to William Hill and get odds there, and then I can go and check Paddy Power and I get better odds there, I just go where I find the better odds. So, and some of the ones that are out a little bit quicker. 5 dimes, I keep hearing that 5 dimes is pretty good over there in the States. A lot of the good people, good cappers over there use that. So I feel like the only guy picking Ortega. Now you've got to go with your gut feel, Niall. Yeah. If you think he's going to win, you stick with him. I just think Moicano's just really solid. That's the one word I put beside him. It's just solid. Solid everywhere. But he's still quite an unknown in the UFC. We haven't seen that much of him, so quiet assassin, quiet silent assassin. So yeah. Joseph, it's been nice speaking to you, man. Stay safe, and I'll speak to you very soon. I'll be back on here doing more of these in the future. So all the best. What's the best site for the UFC in play in the UK? I think it's Bet365. Probably the best. I don't. I just. I want to bet during fights, but I'm so engrossed in the fights that I just never have the opportunity to even have a look at the odds. So I just believe it. Ninja Pirate, it was nice speaking to you, man. All the best, and thanks for the recommendation of that gentleman, that Wiley guy, or Wayne Gilchy. I'll go and check him out. Any more questions, guys? I'll probably be going off here in the next 15 to 30 minutes because I know the little one's getting fed now, and I'm going to try and get a few hours sleep. I have to go up for the night feed, so I'll be around for a short time. Who do you want to win the main event? John Jones. I want John Jones to win. I'm a John Jones fan. Seen some things in Vegas last year at 197 that kind of put me off him a little bit. But as a fighter, he's unbelievable to watch, and we need him. We need him in the sport because if Conor's not going to be around long, Ronda's nowhere anymore. Jones around, especially if he's going to move up to heavyweight, because there is fights up there for him. Your Cain Velasquez, maybe your Brock Lesnar, Stipe Miocic. I think him v Stipe would be a great fight. So play a little Volkan. I don't want him to ruin your night. I think I've actually got him in one or two lineups. But I say tomorrow is my main day where I'll put in a lot of my money on DraftKings. There's so many good, a lot of money to be winning this card. So I'm hoping I can have a really profitable evening and turn this slump that I've been having a little bit around. So yeah, I'll probably have a little bit of Volkan. Cain versus Stipe prediction. I think Stipe's. I mean, Cain Velasquez is. We really don't see the guy that often. He's had injuries. He's been around a long time. So Stipe, I think, would stop him. What would you say Jones's biggest weakness is in the ring? Probably knockout power. I don't think he's got heavy hands. I think his creativity, and that's weird because he hurts people. Let's see, like a weakness. He's definitely one of his weaknesses. Fucking eye pokes. He's a little bit dirty with stuff like that. But his hands, he doesn't have much power. He has really nice technique, but he has kind of pillow fists. And he's lucky he's got those long limbs where he can keep you at bay, especially with his kicks, the oblique kicks and side kicks. Big advantages though. He's like 12-inch reach advantage against DC here. That's huge. Met Stipe last weekend. Stipe's a really cool dude. I've met him a few times. Really nice guy. A weakness. What other weaknesses do you think? What do you guys think some of his weaknesses are? I don't think he's got too many. In all honesty, I think he's close to a pretty complete fighter. He's a decent striker. I think his submissions, we really haven't seen that much of it, but he'll be very creative with that. His wrestling is very good. His clinch work's very good. He's the most creative guy we've ever seen in the UFC, I think. Will Ngannou beat Dos Santos? I think he will. I think he'll knock him out. Plus, I think Dos Santos is coming back too soon. Do you think the line on Moicano will get better? I think it might get a little better. I can see maybe some of Ortega's boys maybe betting Ortega towards the tomorrow, maybe after the weigh-ins or something like that. So it might get a little better. All the best, Wyatt. See you soon, bro. Got bet down to minus 145. Now he's at 155. I can maybe see him getting back down to 140, 145. Back to where he was, but I can't see him going much lower than that. So let me ask you guys, is anybody in here really looking forward to Mayweather McGregor? Because I really wasn't, and then the press conference, especially the Toronto one, really got me G'd up, and kind of looking forward to the spectacle of it all, but trying not to. Good luck in your DK picks, well, nice chat, and have a nice night. Bret Hart Play MMA Profit, are they on right now? Go watch it. Oh shit, I'll have to check that out. Is it not? Alright, so it's out later on. That's cool. What percentage chance do you give Conor? 1%. Hail Mary punch. Hope I'm wrong though. I think John Jones would beat Brock Lesnar. I think he'd outlast him. Does Lawler Cerrone last 2 full rounds? I think it could. Yeah. If Horn can beat Manny, then Conor can beat Mayweather. That Jeff Horn Pacquiao fight was fucking so bad. I mean, it's just so boxing. It's just, my dad is a boxing coach, and he's got a boy who fights for the Scottish national team who won a gold medal last week at the Youth Commonwealth Games in the Bahamas, and he's a big boxing guy, but boxing is so dodgy, so dodgy. But say that boy who won gold medal last week, his name's Tyler Jolly. Young kid, but he won his gold medal last week, so hopefully we might see him go on, move into pros and be a successful pro and maybe win some belts. So yeah. Any other questions, guys, before I head away? I'm going to head away and I'm going to get a few hours sleep before this horrible night feed. Probably about, 1 a.m. now, so it's going to be 5 a.m. Which sucks. So yeah, but it'll keep me on time for the fights this weekend, which will help. So just guys, again, I appreciate all just speaking with you guys. This is awesome. Like when I do my videos, I haven't got the opportunity to speak to you guys, and I know you're out there supporting me. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. All cool dudes, man. It's really good to speak to you guys. All right, guys. I don't see too much coming in here, so I think I'm going to hit the road. I'll try and get one out of these maybe before each card, maybe on a Thursday or a Friday night. So keep an eye out and come and join me in these. Niall, buddy, it was nice to speak to you. Enjoy the fights when they come round this weekend. It's a great card. But as I say, I think we're going to call it a night here, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Do you think Ronda Rousey will ever come back? No, I think she is done. But as I say, guys, I think that's us done. Mini Messiah, I'll see you. I'll speak to you very soon, my man. But I'm going to hit the road. I'm going to get a few hours sleep, and I'll be back with you very soon. I should have my fight card out for Mexico on. I'm going to try Sunday. I've been watching tape on it today, actually, in Pettis and Moreno. So speak to you all very soon. Appreciate the love and support and the well wishes my way for me and the family. As always, enjoy the fights this weekend, and I will catch you all very soon. Peace.